Okay, let's visit the online library and let's learn how to look up articles, and let's look up how to find the automatically formatted citations. And anyway, let's start the hunt. So first thing, let's go to useful links. Click here. And you should have the library services link. Now let's go to guides. Click here. Let's go to library services here. Let's click on the drop-down menu. Let's go to databases and journal articles. And here we have databases. Now, do we need Flipster? What is Flipster? Why would you look at that? Because I've been wanting to look up an article in the Wall Street Journal. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so let's go to Academic Search Complete. This is EBSCO, one of the EBSCO databases of journals. Now, please wait. Now let's just look at the poet Emily Dickinson. Emily Dickinson. Let's look at her interest in geology. So let's just put Emily Dickinson geology. And we don't really care if we have full text. And it's clicked peer reviewed, and it's all time. We could say past 12 months, but let's just go with all time. And looks like full text is clicked, but anyway. Okay, so let's hit enter. Well, there isn't anything. Okay, so, I'm showing 10. Okay, how about Emily Dickinson? Let's see. Science. Okay, perfect. This is really good. Okay, because I'm interested in Emily Dickinson. She's written a lot of poems that incorporate geology or natural science, or what they used to call natural philosophy. But let's just look at this. So here we have an article by Fred White. It's in College Literature from February 1992. Sweet Skepticism of the Heart. Science in the Poetry of Emily Dickinson. You have access to online full text. What could be better? So we can click here, and we have the abstract, and we can also download the article, or we can look at it. Isn't that lovely? Well, I really like this, but guess what? This is not helping me in citations. That's because we've gone too far. We need to either click here, cite, or earlier, if you didn't want to actually look at the article, you can look at tools, you have cite. Either one is the same. So let's go to this and check out APA, but we want MLA, right? So let's go to MLA 9th edition. Perfect. So we can just hit, and remember it's works cited. So we copy and paste, or copy to clipboard. And then you can copy it into Notepad or whatever else you're using. I'm going to open up Notepad. Only drawback with Notepad is that it will destroy the formatting. So let's just do Word. So, with a new blank document. So I'm going to just go paste. Oh my goodness, it messed up the hanging indent too. Well, you'll have to format it so it has a hanging indent. So let's go to formatting. paragraph, indentation, special, hanging. There we go. Okay, so we've got our MLA, and we've looked at the Academic Search Complete database. But we want to look at other ones too, right? JSTOR, Gale. So let's go back, hit back again, hit back again. Now, we may have to go, well, let us go back all the way? Apparently not. So let's just go to the library databases here. Notice, like over here, look on the left-hand side, library databases. And let's just look at, instead of scrolling down, let's look at JSTOR. Here we go. Okay, let's use the same search. And let's look at Emily Dickinson Science. Let's see what pops up. Oh my gosh, look at this. Different. So the blue fly, I heard a fly buzz. I'm sure it's from that one. That's a famous poem. But let's look at this one. Let's look at Science, Technology, and Emily Dickinson. Now, we don't have to actually click on the article. We can go straight to cite. But, and this is 1964. Well, I don't know. It's pretty dated. Let's look at, there's 2008. Anatomy Lessons, Emily Dickinson's Brain Poems. Gender Issues. Cartography. Medicine. Women Scientists. Poetry, Science, and the Metaphors That Blind. Oh, how interesting. Okay. This is, okay, Deep Mapping and Edward Hitchcock's Geology and Emily Dickinson's Poetry. Well, anyway, let's look at Anatomy Lessons, Emily Dickinson's Brain Poems. Anatomy and brains. And anyway, okay, so if we want to just look at the citation, we've got MLA first, APA's here. You can just copy. Copy. I'm going over to my Word document. And we want it to be in alphabetical order. So we go pop. There. And it preserves the hanging indents. Okay, in the meantime, I'm highly curious about whether or not Emily Dickinson wrote about the anatomy of brains in her poetry. Ew. Sorry to nursing majors. Anyway, okay, so, oh my goodness. Oh no, that's the Cutter. Oh, she took a textbook and okay, so they're going back and looking at Cutter's Anatomy and Physiology and the textbook. She took Mount Holyoke Seminary. Okay, illustration of the exposed brain. Okay, so she did not actually. Oh my goodness, here it is. So she did not actually do what Leonardo da Vinci did and like rob graves and open up corpses, dissect. But she did incorporate a clinical vocabulary focused on the interior of the body. Veins, arteries, veins are prominently featured in the poet's work. How interesting. Okay. Well, when I have more time, not now, I'm going to go back and share this or read it more closely. But for the purposes of this assignment, done. Okay. So now let's go back and look at a different database. So I'm clicking back, please. Okay. So each of these databases, we clicked on JSTOR. Now let's look at Gale. Gale primary sources, Gale literature, literary databases. Okay, let's look at Gale literature. Emily Dickinson Science. Oh, look, we're the same one. Deep Mapping in Edward Hitchcock's Geology and Emily Dickinson's Poetry. Nice. Well, good grief. Edward Hitchcock seems to be interesting because he had geology textbooks, elementary geology, with select geology-based poems by Emily Dickinson. Is that right? Huh. Well, okay. Let's check that out. Poetry Connections can enhance content area learning. The content area literacy course instructor's collaboration with a geologist poet inspired her secondary pre-service teachers to write poetry about those subject areas and to learn and to use it in their teaching. Well, that's nice. I love that. Okay. Emily Dickinson learned astronomer. That seems very much in our area. And also, Emily Dickinson and the romantic use of science. Well, I don't really want to use that because I believe that at that point, the urtext version of Emily Dickinson's poetry had not come out yet, where it's like straight by the way that she wrote it, with all the breaks and irregular capitalizations. But by 2000, yes, it had been cleaned up. Okay, learned astronomer. Now, okay, this is from the Emily Dickinson Journal. Authors Brad Rika. But where do we find how to cite it? Is it automatically cited somewhere? Do we know? Let's see, where do we find it? Translate, decrease font size, increase font size, display options, listen, send to Google Drive, send to OneDrive, no thank you, email, download, print, but where is our automatically formatted citation? Is it at the top here? Could this be it? Yes, it is. So we're going copy, and we go over to our Word document, and we say Rika comes after B and before W. But right now, I see a big error in this automatically formatted stuff. Does anybody else see it? It's a big one. What's the last name in Barbara Baumgartner? You're right, it's not Barbara. So we need to fix the boo-boo. So let's put Baumgartner, Barbara. That was very naughty of JSTOR, but this is a really good example of how you cannot trust JSTOR or any of these completely. Okay, so that's done. Now, are there any others? I wonder if there's Project Muse in this group. Let's go back to databases. Nope. Okay, well, let's just scroll down and see if anything intrigues us. Okay, clear filters. Okay, let's just scroll down. Academic writer, African American poetry. Are we missing anything? I think we're missing ProQuest. Let's go up to P. See if we can get ProQuest. Here we go. Excellent. So let's use ProQuest. Okay. Emily Dickinson Science. Check it out. Perfect. Natural Magic. Emily Dickinson, Charles Darwin, and the Dawn of Modern Science. Wow. Wow. Okay, that's a review. But another one, Rich Conversation, another review. Reading Emily Dickinson's Herbarium. And these are great. Okay, well, let's look at reading Emily Dickinson's Herbarium. Here's the article, cite, and here we go. I'm going to copy and paste here. And I see a boo-boo. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, what's the last name? Jean. Where's Jean? Okay. Where do we see an error? Now, ordinarily in APA, the article title is not capitalized except for the first word. So they're kind of using that. And this is actually, oh my goodness, I clicked on the wrong thing. This is APA style. Uh-oh, boo-boo, boo-boo. Okay, let's go back. And let's look at MLA 9th. And it says no case changes, no title casing. Well, we do need title casing. Because herbarium is the name of a work. Otherwise, they would uncapitalize it, and that would not be correct. Okay, let's pop it in here. Okay, looks good. Reading Emily Dickinson's Herbarium. Okay, we're in good shape. So we have 4, and we've looked at them to make sure that they're correct. And we've done our due diligence. We have found 4 articles, and we found where they are automatically cited or formatted for the citation. Now let's just go back to the A through Z databases, and I'm just going to type in Mango, and you're saying, why are you doing that? Well, the reason I'm doing that, oh, it's not here. Mango is a great database for practicing languages. Anyway, so we've done this. Let's look at Flipster. Let's explore it. The Atlantic. Oh my goodness, you can read the Atlantic? I get so many different emails with enticing and interesting articles. Let's see if it's embargoed. No, it's not even embargoed. Embargoed means that they hold it back and you can't read it for 3 or 4 months until it has been published for 3 or 4 months. The War About Nothing. I saw this and I really wanted to read it. Great, I'm going to read it. It's all about Sudan and the world. Well, America left behind. Well, I dare say we're not the only ones. Okay, so anyway, that's your review of databases, and let me know if you have any questions. This is excellent.